What's up, guys? It's your boy Max. Got a little midweek video. I am traveling right now. I'm in San Diego, so sorry about not posting Sunday. Been a weird last couple of days, but anyways, here we are now. This is for Sunday. It's just gonna be a quick one. No could be worse or bro vid, because this is more. I'm just here to set up for Sunday. This next coming Sunday. There's a few things I wanted you guys to be updated on before Sunday. First off, if you're confused about this flag, like I said, I'm in San Diego right now. I'm staying at my friend's house. He's a youth pastor at North Coast Christian Church, and they made those flags. Pretty intense church flags, a little intimidating. It's a revolver with the rattlesnake around it, but it's cool. But anyways, I'm in his office filming, so that's what that is. So, for our challenge of the week last week, it was to rap. I was super excited about it, super stoked. But you guys, everyone said it was a little too tough. You guys had a hard time writing lyrics for it. So I was bummed out about that, but just wanted to update you guys. Weirdly enough, Anthony's one of my best friends. I came down and we were talking about how it's been weird doing all this Zoom and YouTube videos and all that stuff, and we were kind of talking about what we're each doing for our groups. And oddly enough, we both are doing pretty similar things. He's also been doing fail videos like us, and he does challenge of the weeks. And they just happen to be doing trick shot challenge of the weeks this week. And I showed him your guys's, and specific shout outs. Jacob, they thought yours was hilarious. They're cracking up. And then Nathan, they were actually going nuts. They were Max, you have to turn this into House of Highlights. This is going to go viral. How did he make that? They thought it was fake at first. So shout out to you guys. You guys are killing it. And you're making other youth pastors jealous because you guys are the best. So thanks for making me look good with those trick shots. Next challenge of the week, no excuses. This one I'm stoked about. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be dress up your pet, and I'll allow it, but I prefer not pre-made animal costumes, because that's not really original. I want you guys to get creative. Put your pet in a costume. I don't care if you got a dog or a cat. Who knows, maybe you have a hamster. Whatever it is, dress it up, and the winner, whoever has the funniest or whatever costume I like the most, I will. Actually, I'm with Anthony this whole rest of this next week, the youth pastor here, so we'll decide together. So I don't want to get all dictatorship over here, so I'll decide with him who's got the best costume, and the winner's going to get a gift box sent to you. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but it's going to be hype. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be some, I almost said what was in it. I don't want to spoil it, but if you win, you'll get a surprise delivered to you. So send me a picture of your pet in a costume, and if you haven't sent me your address in the past, send me your address in case you win so I know where to mail it to. But yeah, that's it for challenges. If you've been trying to play Fortnite, sorry I'm not going to be on for a while, like I said, down here in San Diego, but let's get into the message really quick. And yeah, let me grab my Bible really quick. All right. So I lied. It's not actually my Bible. It's a computer with the Bible on it. So I guess it's the same thing. Anyways, we're talking about Matthew 13. That sounds familiar. That's the parable of the sower. It's the one you guys got your gift cards for because you nailed it and remembered all those nicknames. So this is just going to be a quick devotion since it's a midweek. But I just wanted to make sure I got something in. Again, apologize. It was on Sunday, out of town. It's been a weird week. But want to make sure you guys got something. So we're talking about the parable of the sower, and we made nicknames and we studied it, and we know it's in the Bible and we know it's true. So when we hear it, we know, okay, Jesus talked in parables all the time. But we want to kind of sit in the shoes of people back then. What was that like? So when it starts off, it says the crowd was so big. We talked about this a little bit when we had small groups when we were still meeting up months ago. But if you guys remember, it says the crowd was so big on the mountain that Jesus had to get on a boat to speak, which is just the coolest image in itself. Imagine the crowd so big, he has to go get on a boat and paddle out a little bit and shout his sermon. Like, what a cool thing to see, to witness. And it's so interesting because you'd think Jesus would be like, oh, I got these people, let me just do an awesome sermon to pump them up and just get all these people on board. But we see something that's quite the contrary. Instead, Jesus gives this parable, and that to us, it makes sense because we have all these resources where we're able to study it. But these people were just hearing it firsthand, and they were confused. In fact, this crowd was so big, and after it, everyone just starts leaving. The crowd just starts walking away, leaving, and there's almost no one left. So his parables, his disciples go up to him and go, Jesus, what are you doing? Let me get the specific verse. They're asking him, like, what are you doing? You're kind of scaring everyone off. So here it is. Why do you speak to these people in parables? This is, if you want to read or highlight it in your Bible, it's Matthew 13, verses 10. That's where we're starting. Matthew 13, verse 10. Sorry, gotta get that Pepsi. That good stuff. Okay. Why do you speak to people in parables? He replied, he being Jesus, because the knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. This is why I speak to them in parables. Though seeing, they do not see. Though hearing, they do not hear or understand. In them fulfill the prophecy of Isaiah. You will be ever hearing but never understanding. You will be ever seeing but never perceiving. And we're hearing this and we're like, what the heck does that mean? It almost goes over our head when we just first read it. And that's what the parable, if we were in the crowd, it would probably go over our head. And you're thinking, okay, so Jesus, what he's basically said in this part is, they don't understand it because they don't have the knowledge of God. They don't know God. So you might be thinking, so if I don't understand it, I'm not a Christian? Is that what it's saying? That Jesus is just not interested? But let's go on and read and continue to read. The disciples go on to ask what the parable means. The disciples didn't know what it meant. And he says, listen to what the parable means. And then he goes on and explains it. The disciples themselves didn't. His chosen people. So what separates the disciples from those people? A lot of theologians, a lot of people studying the Bible will say that Jesus gave this sermon on purpose to almost thin the crowd out. Not scare it out, but not scare them away, but find out who the real deal was. He didn't see an opportunity of a bunch of people and say, okay, let me just set up Christianity as this easy thing and get all these people fired up and following me. Instead, he's like, no, I want to see the real deal. And how did he do that? The answer isn't, I want to see who knows what I'm saying and understands it. Those are the real people because they understand the hard words. That wasn't the point. Instead, it's what he wanted to find the people like the disciples who came to him after and asked, Jesus, what does this mean? Who are humble enough to ask that, who are curious enough to ask that, who desire to be understanding the gospel more, understanding the kingdom. Those are the people who are the real deal. Not because they just understood it, but because they had a heart to understand. And that's where Jesus, he's pushing away. He's thinning out the crowd. He's not about having the hype of just random people. He wants real deal. He's black and he's white. He wants the people who truly love and care to be his crowd. So that's what he's doing in this verse, which is a crazy thought. He's almost sending some people away. He's not telling them to leave, but he's finding out who's the real deal. So that's my challenge to you guys this week. Let's be the real deal. Don't just read the Bible and close it, because we can hear Jesus' words and completely miss out on it. And just like he says, we can hear but not understand. We can see but not see. And you're like, what? That doesn't make sense. It's exactly what that means. We read the Bible, we see the Bible, we see it, but we really don't understand it. We don't see it. We got to make sure you guys go that extra mile. Read it, pray on it. I think it's better to read 2 Bible verses, just 2 little verses, and just meditate on that and try to understand what that means and apply it, than to read a whole chapter, just skim through it. So just pick a few verses, read through them, meditate on it, and make sure that we fit into that right crowd. That's my encouragement for you guys. Make sure you're getting into your Bibles, because I know you have time, because we are quarantined. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I know it was a quick one, but I just wanted to set it up for Sunday because I wanted there to be some challenges, and I wanted to encourage you guys to get into your Bible this week and not just read it like homework, but enjoy it. Enjoy your time with the Lord and pray and ask God, what does this mean? If you don't understand it, pray, God, what does this mean? Give me an understanding, and I believe He will give that to you. All right, guys, I miss you, and I will see you soon. What should we do cheers to? to dogs and funny costumes.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a man of your word, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. This is what it says. All things are possible when we believe. Old chains are breakable when we receive Yahweh. You keep your promises. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it, hey. If you said it, we believe it. Hey. Yeah. If you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. Oh, 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 oh. If you said it, we believe it. You're a man. Say, you're a man of your word. Hey, say,
yeah, all things are possible when we believe, and old chains are breakable when we receive Yahweh. You keep your promises. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it,
if you said it, we believe it. If you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it, we believe it. Yeah. 'Cause you're a man of your word. We have this confidence. You finish what you started. God, you have never failed. You won't start with me. You're present in every step, patient in every heartache. God, you have never failed. You won't start with me. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody rock like, hey, hey. Hey. One time, say, yes, if you said it, we believe it. Hey. Yeah. If you said it, we believe it. Why, y'all? 'Cause you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. You're faithful to perform it. Yeah. If you said it, we believe it. You're a man. Say, you're a man of your word. Say, we have this confidence. You finish what you started. God, you never failed. You have never failed. You won't stop. Patient with us, present with every step, patient in every heartache. God, you have never failed. You won't stop with me. You won't start with me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I believe it. Yes, I believe it. One time, say, if you said it, we believe it. If you said it, we believe it. You're a man. Say, you're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it.
if you said it, we believe it, yes.
Hey. If you said it, we believe it. Yeah. You're a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. If you said it, yeah. If you said it, we believe it. If you said I'm healed, if you said it, I believe. If you said it, if you say I'm free in my mind, if you said it, yeah,
Believe it.
yeah, yeah.
If you said it,
If you said it, believe
it.
yeah.
If you said
I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Say, I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Says I am who you say I am.
Said I am who you say I am.
Said I am who you say I am.
Said you're a son, you're a daughter.
I am who you say I
Said
am.
you're never forsaken.
I am who you say I am.
You're the beloved of God.
I am who you say I am.
I am who you say I am. It's a thing that we can always count on.
You honor your word. You'll never have to repent, because you'll never go against what you say. Yeah, you said it, we believe it. 'Cause you're a man of your word. Said it, we believe it. Oh, if you said it, we believe it. You're a man. If you said it, we believe it. You're a man.
And I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am speaks over me. And I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am said he speaks over me. And what you say is true. Say, I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am said he speaks over me.
Yes, he does.
And his word is true. Say I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am speaks over me.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
And I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am said he speaks over me.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Calls us his
He
beloved.
does.
Say I am what I am. 'Cause the great I am said he speaks over me.